Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Scott. Happy birthday to you.
Wow. Thank you.
Today is the first weekend of April, and a few days ago, on the 3rd, was my dad's 59th birthday. And we celebrated with my grandparents over at their retirement home. They have a nice dining hall that most of the family got together that night. But my dad's brothers weren't able to make it, so we're celebrating again this weekend. But I'm going to dedicate this video to him. He's such a great father. I truly have the best dad in the world, so I want to talk about what it was like. I want to kind of reflect in this video of growing up with him. I want to dedicate this video to him and just kind of highlight the best years of my life. I'm gonna have to do this later because we have a birthday party to go to, so sorry. I'm gonna B-roll stuff and finish this later.
Sorry to start the video off like that. That's not what I intended. I will get into why I was so emotional the other day, but first I wanted to start this video by introducing you to my dad.
I smelled something when I came in here. Did your cat shit?
I was trying to think of an adjective that would best describe him. You know, some guys are into cars, some guys are really into sports or something, but above all, if I had to describe my dad, he is a fantastic family man. Like his whole life, I think his main goal was to just have a loving family and to share experiences with those that he loves. And unfortunately, it didn't really work out the best for him, but his work ethic over the years, I mean, shit, he paid child support on 2 kids and still managed to go above and beyond and take us out to movies and out to eat and buy basketball shoes and all these other extras that, you know, the more stories I hear about, there's like not too many kids in this world that get all that from a parent that's divorced. So I've been really fortunate that he's been so involved in my life and been such a loving father. Like some of my favorite memories are just going to my grandparents' house, his parents, and just playing cards or sequence and sharing a meal around the table. Like simple things like that that I think we all just take for granted sometimes. You know, all the family memories I have with him and my grandparents are special. Like it was never negative. You know, my grandparents bicker here and there like all married couple do, but it was still from a place of love, you know, and I just appreciate being around that growing up. So yeah, just my dad's a big family man. That's what he's prioritized his whole life. And I'm glad he has a piece of that now. I think he has a lot of people around him now that love him, and some that wish they could be there more at times. But anyway, I just wanted to share a few of those key moments, and I'll probably share a bunch of photos and videos of what I've gathered over the years. So my dad's just a great dad, a great family man.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Oh yeah, you gotta get the 27.
You're gonna sing?
Gonna sing?
Yeah.
Nice. Shot.
So behind me used to sit the Kozad movie theater, and as a child, every other weekend, that'd be kind of my sanctuary. My dad raised me just growing up. The activity we always loved to do together is go to movies and rent movies as well. And that place had a rental place inside that kind of broke off to the left, and we'd sometimes rent movies there. But there's also another place I remember that's not a rental place anymore downtown, but we used to rent movies there as well. And there would be an alleyway we'd drive through, and we'd just drop off the movie in this window. But this might be where my love of movies started, and maybe what eventually inspired me to make movies myself. Lots of fun memories coming to movies here in particular, but actually my first theater experiences was over in Gothenburg, the town next to this one, and I got to shoot some video in front of it last Thanksgiving with my dad and my grandfather. I think I saw Pocahontas there for the first time. Right across from the Sun Theater, where he took me on my very first movie theater experience. We went and saw Pocahontas at the Sun Theater. We lived right across. One of the movies we didn't even get to see the movie, but the memory that I know my dad will remember as a kid, we were walking across the street and I was so excited to get in. I believe it was Man on the Moon was the movie, but I tripped over a shoelace that was untied and I smashed my face against the curb and there was blood everywhere. And so we had to go home. I had blood all over me. But yeah, those memories of always watching movies with my dad I'll always cherish them. Whether that would be here or just even renting them and taking them home to watch. There's just something special him and I got to share during our quality time. So just wanted to take you here today and kind of reflect on where my love of movies started. And you know, my dad was a big inspiration to start my love of movies.
The space between
The
us.
space between us.
The space between us.
It's a Martian movie.
Martian movie. Have you seen previews to it before?
I have not.
I have not either.
Just from what I told him. We'll see if it's good.
While Joel's drinking his $5 peach mellow yellow. The deliciousness.
Makes me want to gyrate. Makes me that happy.
So speaking of movies, my dad and I grew up loving watching them. That I was fortunate enough I was able to put them in a couple of my own short films and video projects over the years. And he's such a big personality. He's so funny. Even growing up, he'd look in front of the mirror and say stuff like, "Is this the body of a 40-year-old or a 21-year-old?" and flex his muscles. But just kind of goofy like that. And but he's always just so positive and so sweet and nice, kind of like my grandpa. So I kind of put him in this role where he was kind of the opposite in one of these short web series I made called Loser Lenny. And he played my dad in that series that was just kind of a hard ass and was giving his son a hard time. So complete opposite of really who he is. So if you want to see who the opposite of him is, go watch that series because he's very funny in it. He's been in a couple other short projects I've made, such as this dog park. It's IBS related dog park video because I wanted it to relate to some of my health issues. And he's so hilarious in that. There's a couple of shock and gross humor in that one.
Sorry about that. This pollen's got my allergies all plugged up. Name's Elroy.
Thomas. But he pulls it off so beautifully. and it makes people like squirm when they watch it. So I definitely want you to watch the dog park one. That's one of my favorites.
You know, I smelled something when I came in here. Did your cat shit?
So growing up, I always just knew he would be a good actor if ever given that opportunity. Most of the time in real life, he's kind of shy and really respectful and courteous of others. So it's really fun to see the side of him that's a little bit more carefree and goofy. That's where I get it from, probably. But anyway, I wanted to plug a few quick videos of him acting because he's so talented at doing that, and that's probably where I get it from too. Just the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, they say. Dad used to take us on a bunch of micro trips growing up. Like I said before, he worked full-time nights during the week, so on the weekends when I'd visit, he'd usually be tired, but often he'd take us camping around the area. One of my favorite places is Gallagher's Canyon. We've camped many of good times there. It has a beautiful little cliff with an oversight of the river that goes by and a few good spots. But that was just a cheap and fun way we bonded over the years growing up, going to some of these outdoor, nature-y type places and having a bonfire and cook out, usually grill some burgers and such. But I also wanted to bring up a few of the other bigger trips he took us on even, which looking back, it's just I'm so grateful that he was able to do those things with us. When I was really, well, not really young, I was like 15, we took a kind of a car trip down to Arkansas where one of his friends moved. And I remember going four-wheeling in the forest, and I was right on the back of the one he was driving, and he got stuck in the river. That's kind of funny. But that was right before I could kind of drive, so maybe I wasn't even 15. I don't know if I even had a learner's permit yet, but it was like a 13-hour car drive, but I tried to stay up with him for most of the trip. And I remember just falling asleep as the sun was coming up, and I was just zonked on that one, but we made it. Had a lot of fun on that one. Then a couple years after that, he managed to take us to Disney World in Florida, and that was also an adventure. That was before the time of cell phones having GPS, and we had to print out MapQuest directions from our hotel to the amusement parks. And my dad's a small town man, you know, he's born and raised here in Nebraska and never really lived anywhere else outside. And so that was a whole new experience for him, but he was so nervous a lot of the times because just the traffic and people and getting lost is a lot of people's phobias, but we still managed to have a lot of good memories on that trip. We both chickened out on the Hulk. No, was it that trip or the one before? I can't remember, but yeah, I don't know, just another really good memory. But a more recent one we had, it's almost been 10 years now, it feels like. But there's been a couple times I think we went up to South Dakota. Once when I was really little, and I think I have a picture of him holding me, and there's like a dinosaur statue behind me. But we've been to like reptile gardens and bear country and the Mystic Mountains, or it looks like balls are rolling uphill and such. But and I got to take my friend Jaden on that trip. We went to Mount Rushmore, you know, did all those sightseeing things.
See where those people are at? I want to go over there. Can we, Dad? Can we go over there? Can we go over there, Dad, please?
Just those trips, a lot of fond, good memories having with my dad. We've been to Colorado, to the Royal Gorge,
The monster of the lake.
Missouri, Silver Dollar City, when I was young too. And you know, we used to do these family vacations to like Fort Robinson and Mahoney State Park. We did not too long ago also for somebody's birthday. So he's really made a lot of efforts growing up to
Holy Moses.
create fun experiences.
That is how many pounds would you say?
So the last thing I'll say before I get to the emotional part of why I was in the beginning of this video, my friend kind of encouraged me, not like a long time ago actually, it was after my grandpa died, and I started making a couple videos kind of honoring his memory. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of too bad that a lot of times when you're still alive, people don't take the time to tell you how they feel. It's not till after they're gone that you really appreciate what they meant to you. So I wanted to make this video to kind of highlight how much I appreciate my dad and all he's done for me growing up. But yeah, on his birthday this year, he got a bad phone call from his doctor. He got diagnosed with cancer. Nine of the 10 spots they biopsied didn't look good. So, you know, this video's taken me a couple weeks to make, but since then he's had more imaging done. It hasn't spread, thank goodness, to any of the bones, or it's in a couple lymph nodes. So they're talking options about removing that surgically and then maybe some radiation and such, but so I'm still hopeful. His dad, my grandpa that just had a heart attack, there's been a lot of stress lately, but he just survived a heart attack. He's 87 years old, but I don't know, maybe more than 20 years ago, he had prostate cancer and he had his removed, and he's had bladder cancer after that and had that worked on. So, I mean, my grandpa's a tough old bird. He survived a lot of illnesses and ailments. So if he can do it, my dad has the same genetics. So I love you, Dad. Thank you. So I love you, Dad. Thank you for everything. Keep fighting. And I've never really had much success fundraising for anything in the past, but I just want to try it again this time. I'm going to try to raise some money for my dad, and it's going to go to just try to give back to him. So I'm selling merchandise on my store. You can also just donate to this link, either on Ko-Fi or PayPal. I need to go blow my nose. I'm starting to snot. But yeah, all the proceeds this year from those sources are going to go towards my dad and giving him some fun memories, because you just never know when your time's going to run out.
Oh, okay. Love you. Love you. That was fun.
Wish him the best and good luck. Thank you.
We took a different way because Nick is used to going out 13. When he went to Ansley, we always took the road out.
Highway north of Overton.
Eddie.
How's it going?
Hi. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Good, how are you?
Good.
Happy birthday, late.
Thank you.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Good. How are you? That's pretty good. How's it going? Thank you.
Small, medium, well baked.
We all know Grandma likes to be recorded while eating.
Say that again?
So we all know you like to be recorded while eating.
Yeah. Everybody has Except
That'd be
an extra butter.
You got country Bob's. Used to. Either one.
See, they didn't have a matchbook.
Yeah, they did. Okay.
All right.
You gotta blow out the candles
Ready?
before you eat it now.
Happy birthday
To you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Scott. Happy birthday to you.
Wow. Thank you.
Make a
Good
wish.
wish.
Long one.
All right. Yeah. Thank you all. Thanks for coming.
I'm not done.
Oh, yeah.
I have a gift for you.
Oh, okay.
So I knew you haven't been golfing lately because of your health and your back, so I know you missed that. I know you're very nostalgic on the past. So I spent the last couple of weeks curating the playlist where we can relive our childhood games. Open it up and turn it on. Pat will probably be interested too.
Oh my. Look at this.
Power's on the right hand side.
You broke it already. Yeah, that's fancy.
It's upside down.
Glasses on.
Power's on the right.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff. Nintendo, Game Boy, Super Nintendo. There it is. Before.
So Gen B.
Golf clubs you wanted.
I think that was for the.
And then start going down through your list. So you have a bunch of banjo games at the top, but then you have Mario Golf. You'll have Mario Kart.
It was a Game Boy, I got
Mario Golf.
Diddy Kong Racing.
And look at
Fun.
it.
Now look at
All right.
it. You can't
That's awesome.
stay off
Thank
the
you.
golf
Play
course.
online.
I love
I
it.
knew more
Thank you,
about
buddy.